you trust when money is king? Are secrets safe from a snake in the grass? And who wins in a competition of business or bride? To answer this and many more questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time for a bumper edition of Life After Lockup. On today's show, Juju is fighting for her wedding.
Ooh.
Courtney's new will is pleased to be here.
I was like, woohoo!
Damodrick has a lot of explaining to do. Latisha has also got a lot of explaining to do.
Hell, yeah.
And Daniel's casually clueless as usual. All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel.
If she believes in me, she'll agree with whatever I'm saying.
Good morrow, coucou toi, and chorizo to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people. And the platinum pick to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. So, mon petit pois, for the first part today, I need you to suspend that glorious belief of yours. If you saw my last video, or the 1,000 or so other videos covering it, you'll be well aware that boss tax lady and the courtroom hustle entrepreneur, Latisha, might have been a wee bit arrested for that pesky bit of fraud business. Link in the toppy thingy, just in case you missed it. But that hasn't happened yet in the Lalu time continuum. So let's pretend like everything's fine, and her ass isn't totally looking at some time away. I'm gonna call that Brooke syndrome. Characterized by selective perception and emotional optimism in the face of relational chaos, or treating red flags as decorations. Right then, let's get on board, shall we? I've got us some delightful window seats. Also attempting lift-off today are Latisha and Keith. Keith. People in England land who are called Keith usually look a little bit more like this, and a little bit less like Zoot from Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. So, Latisha has hired a tasteful, understated white Humvee to pick up her man from jail. But there's some bad news. He's got to ride the bus, so they can't sample the delights of the wipeable white pleather.
What are you worried about?
Being violated, you know?
Nothing can be violated wherever you sit today. But to get her money's worth out of the limo, she decides they should all go for a ride around her block. I mean their block. God, what a job this guy's got. I mean, for starters, it must be a pain to be parking one of these things. And then your clients just want to try doing a bit of parking of their own. So what does he do? He gets the hell out of there, is what he does, and gets on the phone to his boss. Look, Dave, I know she does your taxes, but I've got to clean that shit once they've finished. 1 hour later. Yeah, okay. 2 pumps later.
I know, I'm fucking already.
Yeah, babies. That's like funny that I hold such a low value for children. But hey, courts don't like throwing pregnant women in prison, do they? So, it might be handy. Just saying. Okay, now the next bit, I'll give you a vomit warning. What is this supposed to be? She kisses him like a teenager, like she's licking the prison out of his beard. It reminds me of that legendary couple from the TLC show, Love at First Kiss. Well, this delights of a couple.
Yeah, I'm 31 and I have never kissed a girl on the lips.
Really? Well, you surprise me. But these two are the most marshmallow couple ever launched into reality land. They one day dream of the time they can share their first kiss at their wedding.
Oh, nope.
Be still, my beating heart.
We'll slowly take our robes off and then do foreplay.
It was sort of refreshing to see people that treat their bodies as an actual gift. I hope they kept the receipt personally. I'll be taking that shit back to the store. But it's nice to see sexy time being treated in a sweet and innocent way.
Have sex.
Ow! It hurt.
Then, of course, it came to the big day, the big kiss, and this horror show happened. Oh my goodness. Anywho, after Latisha and Keith's weird kiss, Latisha gives us an insight into what happened in the 3 or 4 seconds that the cameras were off.
He turned me every which way but loose.
Loose? Well, yeah, she has had a couple of kids. But what a word to use to describe your passions. Yeah, he did me any which way, but, delightfully well-fitting. It's like when Ashley described her trouser-based to-do list as a bucket list. But it isn't just Latisha that's good with words, Keith is too. And following his monumental release and being let out of prison, Keith is being the silver-tongued Liberace of the lockups.
I felt everything they're doing. Everything.
Oh, shucks, well, when you put it like that, and she melts. So while they spend the next 14 and a half hours moaning about how frightfully common and sardini the coach from Colorado to Idaho is, we'll be popping over to Sacramento to see Will and not so much of Courtney. Will, of course, only has a 9-hour drive to do.
I love her, but it's literally 6 weeks after she's gotten out.
Like your mate. Game buster. Well, I'd like to see what happens when this guy busts out some game. Kinda looks like Michael Moore's doing a cameo. And with a look of steely resolve, Will's off to rescue his damsel from the dungeons of Clackamouse County.
I guess I'm going to Portland and gonna pick her up from jail again.
Well, we're not quite sure about that yet, but have you noticed his seating position? Check out how far away from the steering wheel he is. It's like halfway into the back seats. He's like the Hightower of Lalu.
Actually, I was kidding about the front seat, but this is good. It's different.
But Courtney's hoping that all this GHP business hasn't ruined her chances.
I haven't jeopardized my relationship with Will because I need him now more than ever.
Translation, I sure do hope Will's wallet's still open. And poor old Will here is feeling the gentle breeze of where his money used to be.
The amount of money that I spent to get her out of prison, not to mention a wedding that I put together in 24 hours.
Yeah, that Christmas tree proposal and that hairbands for rings basement bar wedding of theirs. Yeah, deceptively expensive, apparently. Although it did have that I threw this together in 24 hours look to it, so, good job.
My heart's telling me to go pick her up.
Yeah, well that's why heart's not allowed at these meetings anymore. Brain comes along with these good ideas and intentions and the guts and the butts, so, they're all on board. And then heart pipes up with some stupid idea, and it'll make them all feel bad about it if they don't agree. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like some new sugar daddy looking guy turns up to pick up Courtney instead.
Nobody out here but me.
Hi.
More on that to come. Next we've got something that's arid and has disappointing peaks. It's Caroline and Daniel. Then it's drama queen time as Daniel has got some mail. Not very new mail, clearly. This was back in November last year. They really are digging out the old footage for this season, aren't they? And now it's just some lightweight story about how Dan non-paying his fines. Okay then, Lalu, give me what you got.
Hey, I got court tomorrow.
What do you mean?
I mean the big building with judges in it, but, that's not important right now.
I just found this in my email, but
So what do you think happens? Do you think the girl who looks like she hasn't washed her hair since the last season is going to handle it with measured calmness and a realistic outlook? Or
if you fail to appear as required, a warrant will be issued for your arrest?
concentrate on one small part of it and get all spoilt brat about it, while staring into a middle distance with some kind of angsty teenage shell shock. Even he was a bit taken aback by her overreaction.
I don't have anything else to say, so.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, great. Well, I'll just make sure I'm going to court then. Yeah, good talk. So anyway, I bought this new hair shampoo.
Okay.
So if this was filmed around November 2024, and the most wonderful Amber and a recording too reported a conversation with Coraline, who was saying they'd split up due to his desire to speak to other beloved Disney characters in the same month. So does that mean that's what we're about to watch unfold here? Are they together in this bit, or are they just pretending to be for the show? In December last year, it was all about how they split up, and she showed a selection of screenshots. Although I found it hard to tell if they were even together when they were together. We never saw them touching sensitively or loving on each other. Even when they went for a delightful stroll the night after he was released, they walked at a careful distance from each other. And then when super mature Dan goes to get ready for work,
About that drink I took. It's not easy for me to talk about my feelings with.
does he have his own room, or is he going to get ready in this sort of officey room? I also wonder if Mom is Caroline's pet name. So the crew follow Little Miss' lack of attractive qualities to the bedroom to sulk. Isn't it weird how a 20-something person can suddenly look 60 when she's walking away?
I just think he's acting like a man-child.
Says the woman child who's sulking in bed, worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. But in her world, she's the victim, And Dan's being all deceptive and dastardly, even though at this particular point in time, she's not really got much proof of anything.
But I can't even, begin to comprehend what or why.
Why? I know. Maybe how could he not be into you with all your qualities? Maybe it's because living with you is probably like living with a bigger, older, bitter sister. Then maybe, just maybe, it's because you're mostly unlikable. But I'm just sort of brainstorming here.
It just makes no sense to me. It's very confusing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And that reverse symbol sound tells us there's another incoming couple with ingrowing troubles. So duck and cover as it's time for a little Kiana, Damodrick and Juwalia. But today it's not so much of Juwalia. So they do a whole new animation. Wow. While we're here, this has been annoying me for a while. This whole colour scheme thing. Feels like a bad PowerPoint presentation. Yes, I get it. It's supposed to be like the sun coming up, the rise of the hope. like the title sting. But it just looks like a bad morning TV show. All you need is some gaudy music and the word morning somewhere in it. And today on Good Morning America, we've got some handy tips on how to make the most of a bad wig, and we've got the LIMOS from Lubbock's, here to cook us up an excuse stew. Or this from 9. Or you could stick this logo on it and, totally change the idea. You can do it with this picture too. Whew, sorry about that. But Kiana's ideas are firmly on the activities of Mr. Reliability here, who had disappeared off to Jawalia's house. Because, sort of kids. And apparently it takes hours to decide who's coming to her son's birthday party.
What time you come home?
Oh, I came back like 12 something.
12 something?
Yeah.
What were you doing for all that time? How about you tell us all about that without sounding totally guilty as hell in the first few words?
Well, I was over there,
I think we've all got a pretty good idea.
I tried to,
Yeah, it's the that we're worried about, thank you very much, young man. I tried to I bet he wouldn't have had to try too hard to give Jawalia a good ing. I bet those options are always wide open. So, after the hours of careful deliberation and negotiation with Jawalia, that may have looked like a few seconds to us, the upshot is that Jawalia wants Kiana's kids to come to the all-important party, but not Kiana herself. Okay then, so what do we make of this? Damodrick wants to blend the kids, including 4 other kids that aren't his. So why? So he can have easy access to Jawalia's easily accessibles? And call it family stuff. Sure, it would be lovely to have all the kids play happy families. As if he gives a crap though. Kiana, in my mind, is letting her kids play along so that she can slide along to these parties and keep an eye on her man. I mean, why else would you allow your kids, who have a perfectly okay baby daddy already, to start blending with a family that you hate? And Jawalia, well, she knows she's got her man. She's just waiting for him to get bored and come running home to her. Oh, and what about the kid whose birthday it is? Meh, well, who cares about that? Yeah, he's just a kid whose adults are hijacking his birthday to make a statement about a petty rivalry. And who cares about that? Kids, eh? But Kiana finds understanding and maturity and realises that she keep herself and her kids out of this toxic sludge of a power game that they're all playing.
What you mean I can't go? What you think I'm gonna do at the party?
Storm off, attention seeking, a little bit like last time. Maybe make out it's all about you, and go off and huff, a bit like last time. Or go off and huff, even like now, maybe, yeah. Or maybe watch Jawalia pick a nose, just like last time. But Damodrick points out that it's not all about the women, about the rivalry that he's had no problem cultivating. No, it's much more simple than that. It's all about him.
About me being home for his first birthday party.
Good job. But after some serious brain activity, a few sums and a sit down for 5 minutes, Damodrick happens across something that sounds like it's fit for Dr. Phil episode.
This ain't about y'all. It's about the kids. About my son and his birthday.
Oh, shut up. As if you give a shit if Jawalia didn't leave her barn doors open. But what if we look from another perspective? We've got a guy who is trying to prioritise the well-being of a blended family, uniting blood and culture for the betterment of a greater family relationship. But, that guy's Damodrick. Yeah.
So, I feel like God works in mysterious ways.
There you go, dragging God into it again. He's already got his hands full with Montana Mills, and now he's responsible for this little fiasco, is he? You wanted bloody autonomy? I'm just sitting here, doing my ways mysteriously. These people just think I'm hanging around on clouds, granting wishes, I've already had to outsource some of my work. Hello, you're through to the Heaven Helpline. How may I help you today? So, what could he be doing in a mysterious way? Is there some kind of profound lesson that Damodrick is supposed to learn? Well, he's sort of learned that he shouldn't keep pictures of his ex in her underwear on his phone, as we're reminded.
Posted my pictures. Why do you think?
And of course she felt the need to show him the pictures as she was talking. She couldn't have, just described them to him. She just wanted to remind him of what he wasn't missing very often. Just look at this picture she shared. I mean, oh my goodness. Are you looking? Are you sure you're having a good look at this picture she shared? I mean, can you believe she shared this? These pictures of me looking moving in the bathroom. Have we all seen it now? Would you like to see another one?
Cause y'all and y'all feelings about some old
It's not that old.
Old enough.
Ah, I see part of the problem. It's the difference between a man and a woman's concept of time. A man's idea of ages ago is something after about 48 hours. And a woman's idea of recent, when it comes to a man's behaviour, is about 4 years. But in this case, I think it's Damodrick's desperation to sweep it all under Kiana's dodgy rug. That is the issue.
Damodrick cheated on me again, yes, that would be it.
Who else didn't believe a single word of that? Check out how she avoids eye contact with the camera when she says it.
Damodrick cheated on me again, yes, that would be it.
Let's read it that clip and keep the stuff that we think is true.
Damodrick cheated on me again.
Good job. Now it's time to put some Viva into your Vegas as we arrive at the Millzy place, where they're giving a lesson how to make a perfectly nice house look trashy.
I don't even know why this is like this. This is actually horrifying to my entire soul.
It's probably like that because none of the 11 people in your house could be bothered to sort it out. I bet it's no surprise, really. Oh no, someone's left a load of shit about the place. That never happens normally. But don't worry, domestication fans. Millzy's on it.
I got this.
Phew, thank God you're here, Marigold Man.
I think that's Maddie.
I got it.
Okay then. Well, thanks for scraping a small amount of congealed mac and mold from the saucepan. That was, super helpful. Cheers. I love how now they're both super eager to sort out the kid when the alternative is doing the washing up. But who's going to win? Will Millzy get there first? Or will Juju totally pull rank and make him do the dishes?
Hi, Princessy.
Good job, Juju. But a kid is always a good distraction from the cleaning duties, so Millzy gets in on the doting bit too.
Haven't done it yet, bitch.
Delightful. It's so delightful you could spin a little song out of it.
You have a good sleepy?
Haven't done it yet, bitch.
You have a good sleepy?
Haven't done it yet, bitch.
You have a good sleepy?
And that's still somehow better than what he usually puts out himself. But it's a master move by the Mills as he's now secured baby carrying exemption. And Juju's got bored of parenting now and has gone off to kind of shuffle some foil about in a disinterested manner. Did she say box?
You gotta go box. I'm only...
Oh, yes, after their amazing kung fu lesson that we went to about 2 years ago, where we learned about Mill's penis incident.
I got jumped by a few dudes, and one of them actually stabbed me in my penis.
We're now off to boxing. So they're going to ditch the baby on Kyle. There you go. Feed this, please. And it probably needs changing now, too. Yeah, thanks. And they skip off the fight club. Millzy has opted from satin look shorts. Why do guys do this? We don't take a bag. We just stuff our pockets with all this crap.
I think it's great that we're doing this boxing stuff, right? I've been thinking.
Thinking. How much is this going to cost us this time?
Maybe I should bring Melody with us.
Oh, right. Yeah. Phew, that was close. I thought Montana Branson might have come up with another winning idea. So the topic of conversation turns to the fight that their daughter got into, because someone was talking shit about her brothers. So Juju, who's an expert in making stupid decisions, outlines her perspective.
Stupid, on a whim, hot-headed decision at 18 and pay for it for a really long time.
Yeah, Juju, I mean, who'd make crazy, rash decisions that are potentially life-changing based on emotions? Well, I can't think of anyone. Anyway, it all gets a bit serious, and Millzy says his prayers. Then we skipped off to Fight Club, woohoo, where Sensei Millzy is giving some lessons in hand-chucking.
So, come in.
Yeah, it's not that bad. A cheeky little step jab, okay. Clearly had a lesson or two. He's got a clean step back, not such a horrible form. He seems to favour southpaw with a half guard, but his balance is horrific though. Check out his lead foot lifting and moving his whole body weight to the right. He could pick up some power if he used those hips properly. Again, we can see he's had lessons as he's twisting the rear foot and hips, but not particularly effectively. His hand returns to the jaw naturally. However, he extends his chin when throwing, so a swift counter left hook would put an end to all this business going on. You could, of course, punish that leg he leaves hanging around. Quick one to the calf, nice and painful. But with his arms low in the half guard, he might catch your kicks. So what I'll do is probably fake a low kick, then throw something like a Superman, and place the strike straight down the middle. Anyway, well, that's what I would kind of do, personally. But anyway, back to Master Millzy, and that the lesson basically consists of, hit it as hard as you can, and now you try.
Ooh.
Genius. I bet he'll be wanting to chuck a dojo in the salon now. Speaking of which, Millzy thinks the best time to renegotiate their wedding price, $60K for those who weren't listening in the back, is when the wife is wearing boxing gloves and enjoying smashing things. So, Millzy enters the negotiations carefully.
Or are you just so set on what you want?
And that is all the answer you need, my fine friend. But he's not ready to quit yet. He's got his shiny new barbershop idea, and he thinks he'll be bringing in enough cash to get that wedding in no time. Well, those of us who watched my breakdown on it, check out the linky thing if you didn't, will know that it takes around 5 years working full speed 5 days a week to make that kind of profit. The shop will need to be making $1.2 million for you to see a share like $60K, but you know what barbershops are good for? These catch-rich places. A bit of the old laundry, of course, and I'm not talking about Millzy's tighty-whities. However, Juju's not convinced. She wants the wedding.
I deserve one day. I'm not coming second to another business venture.
Got to ask though, what have you done to deserve a 60k gift? Reproduce? Parent the 9 kids she decided to have? Well, we'll be back later to find out more about the world's greatest business venture. And as we ponder that little nugget of a conundrum, we check out some of Brooke and JK. And today is the big day for Jimbo as he's meeting Jimbo Sr.
It's a big moment for me, you know.
Yeah, we don't really care. Should we skip this bit, shall we? It's so boring, blah, blah, blah. Ah, here we are, Bonnie's job. Ah, the nest of the viper. So, do you think she'll handle the situation carefully? Will she respect Brooke's confidence? Or will she just go ahead and jump straight into how Brooke has came by when she should have been at work?
She's at work.
Apparently not.
Oh, over to Will and Courtney again, and it's time for her release. The cameras gathers outside, the sugar daddies form an orderly queue, and out pops Courtney.
Hi.
Hey. Will, what happened? You look awful. You've got sort of short and bulldogish. So, Mark here is the new Will, who is probably the new Steve, who is probably the new Dave, who is probably the new, well, you get the point. Well, he might not be, of course. Perhaps I'm just prejudging the situation with my own jaded senses.
Did you get the money I put on?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a friend who happens to be sending him money. There's nothing suspicious about that at all. Mark, Courtney, and her industrial strength camel toe here might just be playing Xbox or something. Let's just give Will a ring and see where he got to. Will's busy jogging by the rail tracks. Does he sort of think he's Rocky all of a sudden? Looks like he's more likely to have a sudden heart attack, judging by the run. And Will's not happy. He tells Courtney that this whole jail thing has blown their chances out of the window, door, and many other orifices.
Will, stop blaming me for this.
Yeah, Will. Stop blaming her for possessing those naughty things and getting arrested for it. It wasn't her fault, so she's probably just holding it for a friend. But it's more than narcotics in the air. Will has caught the fake whiff of Axe deodorant from Sacramento and wants to know more.
Who picked you up?
Mark picked me up.
Who the is Mark?
Well, he's sort of a simpy kind of guy. He smells like divorce and non-payment of child support. Kind of looks like a low-budget Bruce Willis.
My friend who's actually been here for me and been taking care of me.
Yeah, all right, Cupcake, if you say so. But Will's got one more question in the great Courtney quiz.
Is he the guy that bought you a phone? Is he the guy who bought you $3,000 worth of clothes? Is he the guy who picked you up out of prison?
Ooh, I know this one. It's that Steve Seagal guy from the wedding. He turned up to meet her. He gave her stuff. Must be him, right? Hey, Will, we'd like to lock in the answer. Steve.
No, he's not.
Oh, sorry. Don't need to bite my head off. I'm only playing along. Blimey. So, is Mark just another sugar daddy?
To say he's my sugar daddy is, I don't know, kind of a label.
Yeah, it's just like a label. Yeah, like the label of wife that Will tried to give her. Or the label of mug that she's given him. But, it's just a label. A label they give to pervy old men with too much money to play with. Plus, he knows about Will. So this piece of shit is the kind of piece of shit that is happy to come on and slide his dirty little paws around another man's woman. All in the name of being charitable. Yeah, sure. I bet the only charity this guy knows works the corner of 5th and Vine. So anyway, he's there rubbing her back, being all low-key lechy. Totally not a sugar daddy.
He helps me out with some cash every now and then.
But it's not all about the money, She definitely talks about more things than money and, the lack of it.
Like, you only sent me $300, Will. Like, what am I supposed to do with that besides wipe my ass?
Whoops, her gold digger is showing a little there, I think. Maybe she'll sort that out for the next sentence.
So, are you gonna give me some money so I can get back on my feet?
And if the next words out of Will's mouth aren't, Mark, you're welcome to him. But I think Will might have drifted into the category of you only have yourself to blame. Gladly though, he did go that way, letting her know that he would love to contribute his wages towards her living 10 hours away with a pocket full of sugar daddies to keep her comfy. But on this occasion...
No, it's not happening.
Which was music to Simpy Mark's little slimy ears.
I'm here for you. Okay, you have me.
Okay.
Back to Vegas, and there's been a crime at the household. Oh no! And none other than Detective Juju is working the case.
Who did this? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Who'd buy bright pink cereal? I mean, what's in that except for frosted sugar?
Jay's gonna be there day in and day out. Every week, we're gonna get a check from everyone who owns a chair in there.
Okay, so if you have 5 chairs, that's roughly $1,000. But you have to split that with Jay. So that's $500 4 times a month, which doesn't sound too bad. But that is based on the top quality spa with over 3,000 visitors every month. And all their equipment included. So where is the money for the running costs coming from? I bet Jay keeps what he makes in the salon. So that $2,000 a month doesn't look so great now, does it? After costs, the salon runs at about a 15% profit margin. So realistically, they'll be looking to get a check closer to $300 a month. So at that rate, it'll take you 16 years and 8 months to make you need for the wedding. Great. Rent. Are you going to buy the building, or do you need to pay ground rent? Is it going to be a lease? Anyway, I'm getting boring with those realistic thoughts.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she believes in me, she'll agree with whatever I'm saying.
And if she knows you, she'll run a mile. So they pull up to do a spot of parking, and then head to the centre for barbering excellence. Doesn't look all that VIP, I've got to say. But what can we tell from this angle? If only you could see it from another one. Hang on a second. Here we are at the Costa Maya, a delightful restaurant. They park here and then head up the road to this bit. Charleston Professional Building. And wow, multi-services. Wow. Luckily, through the power of looking online, we can have a closer look at what he'd be getting for his money with a delightful picture tour. Here we go, first one. No wonder he'd be so interested in this building. He can also make use of this delightful sort of, office space. It's got carpets and some surfaces. And this bit, which they've sort of stuck some glass on a table in. But let's just chuck 100k at it and see what sticks. But Millzy's marketing knowledge has planned out a winning formula.
You're selling the experience, blow that up on social media. It's easy.
Easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, all this opening up a salon, which on average have an 80% chance of failing in their first 18 months. That's total child's play. You just put it on social media.
It's easy.
Easy.
I want them to get a $250 experience.
A $250 experience. Jay's a men's barber, and that's like $40 a cut. You'd have to be doing balayages all day to make that kind of money a client. Even this high-end salon, Mosaic, in Las Vegas, doesn't take more than $200 per client. But stuff you in your years of client management and high standards, Millzy's got Instagram.
It's easy.
Back at the meeting of minds, and Missy has a touchy question.
Make everyone feel like to postpone the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh dear, Millzy has learned nothing through the years, has he? And she's there like, I'm pretty sure I heard you say yeah for a minute there. Now let me get all this stupid ass man out of my ear and, let's try that again, shall we?
You said yeah, right away?
Yeah.
No, having been given ample time to readjust that sentence of his, Millzy's decided to go all Shark Tank on the one source of reliable income that he has. And I think that Millzy has already primed Missy to say the next line, as she brings up exactly Millzy's idea.
You guys can use some of that income to make the wedding you want.
It's a great idea. That's a great idea. And I'm going to tell you why.
Go on, yes, tell us what kind of genius plan you've got. Look at them, pretending to be bored. Not one of them brought a notepad or a pen. Nobody's done sort of a simple income and expenditure, that sort of thing. Of course not, it pays Jay not to. He just needs Millzy to fit all the responsibility so that he can play at salon owners, reap the benefits, but ultimately he can just walk away if he wants to.
Because, like she said, we can use the money.
I don't want to get away.
Juju, however, has heard enough of this bullshit too.
I don't give a what the
Come here.
You're rude. Leave me alone.
Justine, hello.
Back to Coraline. Ugh, she's so boring. She does, however, show us her pussy this time, though. Cat, of course.
He's been treating me like trash, and honestly, I don't deserve that.
No one cares. Back to Courtney and the new will, Mark. And doesn't this sort of hand positioning look familiar to you?
Halfway house.
Couple little surprises that should be really fun.
Yes, yes indeed. You could never mistake her for being classy, now could you? Just pay her bills and you get to play with her magic jumping bean all the way home.
Does he not know there's many men out there that would love to take that place?
Mark.
Just saying.
I feel greasy just from watching him work. What a slimy toad of a man, trying to worm his way into Courtney's pocketbook.
Have you ever been intimate with Mark?
I've never...
Now, whilst I don't believe she has slept with this guy, I do believe there is something that Will wouldn't like.
I love you, Courtney.
I love you too.
Just look at her little face go nuts when she's trying to formulate the lie she's looking for.
Will never in a million
lifetimes will I
Last trip today, and it's with Kiana, Damodrick and Juwalia. And as Juwalia's reeling from when Kiana decided to post her pictures online.
This is just messy. And I just feel like, what did she gain out of it?
I know. Why did they blur out her pants too? Did she have a few stray hairs that needed a bit of photoshopping? And while Juwalia tells her friend about the hideous images that were spread on Facebook, Kiana has a little surprise of her own. And without saying anything, she ditches her microphone and runs away. Oh, what happened? Did Juwalia post revenge photos of Kiana?
She deserved it. I hope she's okay.
Come on out when you're ready.
Did she post revenge photos of Damodrick's Damodrick? Will Millzy live long enough to get married? And does Courtney get her will back? Well, we'll have to stay tuned to the Lawd Lukan channel to find out. And that is all I have time for today. It's been a slightly longer episode than usual, so thank you so much for singing through to the end. I hope you enjoyed our little journey for today, and I hope to see you again soon. If you like what I do, then do please like, subscribe, and try one of these little beauties. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my free. You take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our play. Thank you.